Friday Q&A had some questions this week with respect to cost, volume, profit of multi-product companies. These publisher slides are from Managerial Accounting, Wild and Shaw 8th edition. Compute the break-even point for a multi-product company. In managerial accounting, usually they're just two products. Okay, so we are going to modify our cost, volume, profit formulas. Instead of using one product, we are going to have two. And the way we do that is we're going to use a weighted average contribution margin per unit based on a fixed sales mix. What do we mean by that? We mean, so for in this example, we have footballs and basketballs, and we have a set sales mix percent of 60% and 40%. 60% for footballs, 40% for basketballs. 60 plus 40 equals 100%. No matter what, we are going to make 6 footballs for every 4 basketballs. And so what we can do is we can now calculate a weighted average contribution margin per unit. So once we do that, we're going to keep 60-40 the entire time. We're going to take 60% times the contribution margin per football and 40% times the contribution margin per basketball, and then add them together to get a per unit. And this per unit is per 0.6 footballs and 0.4 basketballs, if you will. All right. Once we get our contribution margin per unit using our weighted average, it's just the same formula for break-even point. And then we apply that break-even point and multiply with our original percentages. Okay, so let's look in Excel and go list our steps. Step number 1. What is the product mix? Okay, calculate the percentages. Let me zoom out here. Step number 2. Using the product mix, what is the weighted average contribution margin per unit? Okay. Step number 3. Calculate break-even number of units. And this is the same exact formula that we have for the individual units. Now we're just doing it based off the weighted average contribution margin. And then step number 4, using the same product mix from step 1, what is the number of units based on our allocation? Okay, so those are the steps. Hope this helps. We are going to fix the product mix. Once you figure that out, then everything else is identical, and then make your calculations and then multiply by the product mix.